Hi, everyone. Welcome to On Air with Brandon J. I'm Brandon. I'm joined by a special guest today. She is someone that I've had the pleasure and the amazing opportunity to work with, Miss Tracey Salton-Jones. Tracey, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. How are you today?
I'm great. It's great to have you on the show. You've been doing some amazing things. What has inspired me the most of working with you is you're someone that just isn't just a super creative individual creating all of these great ideas and concepts, but you also have a true passion of being a nurse out there in the healthcare world, of helping people that are truly in need. So, Tracey, it is great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Honored to be here and very grateful to
Hey,
you.
you know what? The pleasure is all mine. Tracey, let's rewind. Let's
Okay.
go back to Illinois where it all started. So you got to tell me, what was it like growing, because I can relate, right? I'm from a small town, Columbia, South Carolina, Irmo to be exact. So outside of Columbia, but what was it like growing up in that small town of Illinois?
I mean, it was cool. It was, like fun times, like life. You have good times, bad times, but it was really cool in that I had a lot of good friends, family members. My mom, raising me and my brothers, and then I had like my great aunt, and we also called her mom. So it was my biological mom, and then my great aunt, who's like a mom to me also. May she rest in peace. And so I have my mom. My biological mom is still alive, thank God. And she just really inspired me, and just seeing her work so hard, and just doing what she could to make the most out of what she had to even get herself through college. So, it was just fun, pep rallies, learned the square dance in the seventh grade.
Oh, my
So
square dancing. Oh my, I thought that
it
only
was part
existed
of
in the South.
it was part of our gym activities. And so it was like we were able to grow up in an environment where we were exposed to different types of people. And, it was really nice, being around, like all kinds of people from all walks of life. And it was just really awesome. And even as a little girl, like I was in creative writing classes. And, when we were in school, we had counselors that would tell us, pick a career that is going to be there and in demand. Like we
Right.
had those type of counseling. So as a child being in creative writing classes, I never really heeded my gift back then because being in a small town, we're far away from Hollywood, but yet we still have dreams and aspirations. But the way it was when I was in school, they were like, pick something like nursing or being a teacher. And I went for nursing because I'm a caring person. But yet
Yes.
I still remember being in those creative writing classes as a child.
Incredible. And I think,
And
thank you for sharing that because I think that's something that leads us into my next question. So, growing up and having these people really motivate and inspire you, do you feel that's aided you in your ability to create these wonderful ideas on a daily basis from the creative perspective, right? Because I know we have
absolutely,
to typically, you're in the healthcare industry, but you're also a creative entrepreneur, right? You write, you create these great television shows and concepts. Do you think that's helped you create this content daily?
absolutely. And just being able to be motivated, by the people around me, and
Right.
wanting to make it better for everyone, no matter what color, no matter what race, no matter what gender, that passion, that sense of community, growing up and having that kind of love and support, and seeing how hard my mom worked is just that creative thing in me that God blessed me to have. It just seems like God finds a way of having us go through things to bring us back to a purpose that He has for us. And so the
Absolutely.
writing
I could
thing will
not agree
just
with you more
continue
on
to
that.
go.
You
So
know, I
it's
can
just my
relate.
heart.
You and I have had so many conversations off the
Hmm.
record, and
Hmm.
it's about purpose and it's about, what you're truly here to do. And I feel that with what you've been able to do, not only in the nursing world and in the medical field, but also in the entertainment industry, you truly have a heart and a passion for really seeking out those that deserve a real opportunity. Because you and I were talking, like we can
And
relate. We're from small towns. Like I left South Carolina in 2008 and moved to Los Angeles, California, and I only knew two people out there in Los Angeles at the time, Tracey.
it's just being able to be blessed to have the
Yes,
resources to be able to access, is amazing because a lot of people don't have the ability to access and be able to move. So
right.
that's why I'm so passionate about helping people, whether you're from small cities, large cities, and just to be able to get people, that kind of exposure. So there's talent everywhere. That's how I
Absolutely.
feel about it. We both agree on that. And just even when I was growing up in the small towns and in my small town, which is still big in its own way, we went to the movies and that was like a real big deal then. Like I remember going to the Rocky movies and just enjoying the Rocky movies.
I
And
still, to
so
this day,
as I
Tracey, I still love going to the theater, getting that
I do
movie
too.
butter popcorn and the overall
Yes.
experience, right? Feeling like you're in the movie, right? There's certain movies that I just don't get that same feeling and experience from. For example, like a Mission Impossible or James Bond. Like you can watch it
Mm.
on the television at home, but it's just not the same as that surround system in the theater.
It's just a fun thing where you can get together with family
Yes,
and either, even when you're watching movies at home, but it's something about being at the theater and just enjoying a good movie. And I just think that that's where I probably more than likely, fell in love with movies and boxing, watching those Rocky movies growing up and just having that sense of community where I grew up. So it was just really awesome. And then my mom ended up, when I got out of the military, she ended up moving to Vegas. And then I fell in love with boxing even more, when I got to
right.
Vegas. And then I ended up finishing nursing school out here in California. And it's just been such a blessing. And I just really thank my mom and all the other, like my friends and family members for just staying by my side and then having the honor to join the military. And I just really worked hard for absolutely everything that I have. Just a very hard worker. And I feel good about it in that I want to be able to, and this is why I did these pilots also, so I can give back to help other people so that they can have access to living their dreams. And I think it's a wonderful thing. And someone described my work as art meets therapy. Like it's a healing part of what I do in terms of the fighters and the actors and my creative writing and my invention. It's like someone described it as art meets therapy. And I thought that was a really good way because that's
We
how I
all
feel.
need
I want to be able to
therapy. I
help
mean,
make
mental
the world
health is
better.
everything, Miss Tracy. Mental health is everything. So the ability to create this amazing entertainment, whether it's a TV show, whether it's a feature film, whatever it might be, and to have that therapy component to it is huge.
And that's my heart. That's how I feel. I've
Yeah.
been this way since I was a young girl, and I've never lost this sense of passion and a sense of being able to help everyone, no matter who you are, and that'll never stop. Like I love, love, love helping people and and giving them that extra shine. That makes me feel good. It really does.
I
Like
have
seeing
a
you guys on
question
set
for you
last
that I've
year
been
and
dying to
you
ask you,
guys
Miss Tracy.
where
And the thing is, okay,
what's that?
so the project that you've come up with, acting with the stars, okay. We all know what's going on right now in Hollywood, right? There's a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of things are
Mm-hmm.
if. Do you
Yeah,
feel that acting with the stars is that project that can reignite what's happening in Hollywood right now?
absolutely. The actors that are already here, I'm so grateful for them and all the excitement that they provide. And the actors that are no longer here, may they rest in peace, and very grateful
Yes.
for what they have brought. So ushering in constant new talent is something that I think is important, because we're offering more people opportunities, and I think that's what is needed, so that not only do we get to see these current actors getting great opportunities, but we can also usher in new talent that have worked so hard to graduate and get into these academies, and to be able to have their opportunities. And with all the things happening, and the different types of television programs, and how it's evolved so much, I really feel that acting with the stars, and my other title, Did You Land the Part? It's going to provide those current actors more roles, I feel, and the actors that haven't had roles another platform. And I think it's needed, because a lot of actors, you hear that it's hard to land roles, and you hear the stories how they packed up their savings and moved to Los Angeles, and everyone's not able to do that. So providing that access and being able to bring more consistency, consistent new talent, new opportunities, and continuing to honor those that are already doing, getting roles, and providing people with opportunities, it's going to be an amazing thing. And I think people are going to love it, because it's fresh. You'll continue to have fresh things happening for people to be in plays and television shows, new sitcoms, new reality shows, new movies, new plays. And I think that's what I'm excited about, the constant opportunities and bringing in new talent.
Yes.
That just makes me just excited. And
And
I really believe,
I got the opportunity, the amazing opportunity to work with you on set, right? And the professionalism
thank you,
definitely just inspires someone like me that has worked with so many people over the years. And I know real talent and professionalism and integrity when I see it. And I think that you've
thank
created
you,
something without question, Miss Tracey, uh, that is going to provide people uh, that hunger. There's a lot of people that are very hungry for opportunity right now, because a lot of things went up in the air after COVID. And so with the strikes, the writer strikes and the SAG and after strike, and the list goes on. So I think with acting with the stars and Did You Land the Part, it is that solution to the problem. I'm just gonna drop the mic right there. That's all I gotta say, Miss Trace. I'm just gonna drop it right there.
I mean, it's gonna, I think it's gonna help people with, when they get let down so much from not getting the part, or it's hard, it's a competitive business, and just offering some extra support, I think, can help with so many things. So people can have opportunities, and not, cope in a way that's not great, and, give them some extra hope, and I just thank God, that I have the ability to help, God willing, make that happen for a lot of people. And I hope people can tune in when we release the pilots. I use my own resources to do the pilot. So when I took that chance, I call myself saying, like, hey, let me do this, not just for myself because it's bigger than me. Let me give back. So my risk of doing it, and making those financial sacrifices and working those hours, it was my way of giving back.
I
So when
want to
people
ask you
watch,
this.
I hope that they see, as an independent artist, that I I put up my own resources to do it, and the quality is going to get better. But if they can see it when they watch it, that it was that passion, that those sacrifices, and that it's going to get better. And I hope that they tune in and watch.
I want to ask you, you thank you for sharing that with us, because that's a very vulnerable uh moment and thing to say. Was it scary at that time when you were taking this risk and you didn't know what the
I totally
outcome would be? Because I've been in your shoes before.
it I'm trying to describe it. It was after, working on these things for so many years, and just knowing that at some point you got to make those pivots and do something different. It was scary, but at the same time, I know in my heart, I just knew that for God to provide the opportunity for me to do it, then it was okay to do it. And I mean, it was something. I mean, it was scary, but at the same time, I just knew in my heart that it was the right thing to do.
Well, Miss Tracy, I commend you for that. And we would not be here if you would not have taken the risk. Isn't that wild? That one decision is what led us to work together on these amazing projects. So thank you once again for this
My
incredible opportunity. And I got to give a shout out to somebody that I've known in the industry that introduced me to you, and that's Quadri Elamine. And Quadri
yeah.
said, Brandon, I got to introduce you to my good friend Tracey
Mm,
Salton-Jones. She's
mhm.
working on something amazing. I can't tell you about it because I got to let her share this with you. But when can you get on the phone with her? And we got on the phone that very night. And since then, it's just been amazing synergy and chemistry working together.
Yes, I'm so glad. Thank God, first and foremost, always. And I'm glad for thanks to my family. And I'm glad Quadri introduced us. And so that was just thanks to Quadri as well. And yeah, it was awesome because I called and I need a great host. And he was the right guy for you. So it was really awesome that he did that, made that connection. Yes, you and I have been like inseparable since then, right? Like just totally connecting as colleagues and just like really have that creative connection, that business connection, and just, yeah,
Miss
we
Miss
know what
Tracy,
it's like to
I
work hard.
couldn't say it any better. It's so inspiring to work with people that understand it the way you do. And that's very, very difficult to find people with that same perspective in this industry, right? Because most people are like, okay, they want an opportunity, but they're not willing to do what it takes. And that's keep that integrity and stay true to themselves. Because I've said this until I'm blue in the face, and I'll continue to say it. Authenticity triumphs over everything.
Yes, it does. And just, staying true, and like you said, being very genuine and authentic. And and we still care about like people that even when we get let down, you have to
Yeah.
have a heart of forgiveness. You have to you don't want to burn bridges. And even though we're moving forward with as independent artists, we still welcome support from, networks and various type of businesses that may be able to help us one day. But as independent artists, after so long, you have to do what you got to do to pursue your endeavors, help others, and make great changes in the world. I mean, the world is in need of so much help, and we want to unite the world and work together and do our part to make the world better because it's important to do that for current and future generations. Yeah.
Yes. And Miss Tracy, thank you for that. You had mentioned earlier and about your involvement and your influence in the boxing community, in your history, I should say, right? And
Yeah.
so you've created this dynamic project concept, Royalty of the Ring. What inspired you to bring a unique, creative, humanitarian effort to this amazing project? Because I've never seen anything like it.
I give all praise and glory to God. I feel that, God allowed me to have these projects to bring them into the world and do something
Yes.
that's going to help make the world better because I never thought like even as a child I didn't say well I want to grow up to be a part of a boxing project or I want to grow up to be a part of a great acting show and other projects to come. God has a way I feel of blessing us with different talents and knowing that he gives us the power and the strength to persevere to keep going to make sure the goals are met. And I'm just so grateful to God. I feel that my passion for giving back, my love for the sport of boxing, and appreciating those that have made great things and done great things in boxing and just doing my part to make it better. You know, you have the ring announcer, you have the fighters, the managers, the promoters. Why not someone in the creative space, business space, to bring something to boxing to help build communities and to create more things to help the sport evolve, like the ring entrance competition, how it involves the community building aspect, the fashion, the music, and just something to make the sport better. I remember, and it's still a great sport. I just want to do my part to enhance it and make it better, you know? And it's still a
Absolutely.
wonderful sport. But I saw when I was living in Vegas, it was different things happening where it, I recall fight weekend. Oh, we used to have a blast fight weekend. It was like the thing to do. And it just, I saw the changes, you know, where there was just like different things happening. And I said, what can I do, you know, to bring something different and allow the sport
Yes.
to evolve, just like you see other sports evolving. Why not bring something different with the history of the gyms, the community building aspect, the ring walk competition, doing things to help the ring card holders have more exposure, and the tournament style elimination, the music, the fashion. All of that is just something that I felt would be great, and not just the razzle dazzle, but doing things to make it better inside and outside of the ring. So that's why I'm like excited about it. Like very proactive about making positive changes in the world. So that's what inspired me, seeing those changes, seeing the highs, the lows, and then all the times when you had different fighters that were really popular in certain eras and then it changed. I thought, how can I bring something to make it more consistent and make it better overall? You know, those fighters that are going through a lot when they take a lot of hits. With my invention, I have a patent that's an invention that can help protect the fighters. And hopefully, yes, we need boxing judges, but also with this invention, it does have a way to help with the scoring process while protecting the skull and the brain, right? To help make sure that the scoring is better and to help protect the fighters and to hopefully give them a longer career and then more safety so that they're protected and can help prevent injuries and have more longevity. So I'm super excited. It has a lot of features. Like it has the invention has like different types of features where I'm just excited about making different very versions of it where it's going to be used in different types of combat sports and different types of contact sports and also in the healthcare space in various industries. So it has like an earpiece, it has sensors to detect blood versus sweat, it
Wow.
has a hit, it can count the hits. I mean it does, and I know it had to come from God. My
Incredible, Tracey.
one of my brothers came to me and he said, I see you're pursuing boxing. He said, make sure you create something in the protective space, some type of protective equipment. And I felt God spoke to one of my brothers to give me that message because I just ran with the idea and just never gave up on it. And my patent attorney was like, this got approved in like seemingly like a time frame that was like unheard of, but in my opinion it was just a blessing that the people that reviewed it see was able to see it as a need, and so it was just a blessing. And I say this with humility and gratitude, you know, like I'm super excited that it got accepted because I want to help so many people, not just in boxing but in like hopefully in MMA and football and baseball, and hopefully maybe one day they'll use it in other sports that don't have headgear, that maybe now they'll use this device one day, who knows. I'm just excited about it. I love helping people and saving helping for people to have a better quality of life. So yeah, I know I gave you a lot, but it's
I'm
just
blown
like
away.
I'm
Every
just
time I talk to
excited
you,
about.
I'm learning something new. And it's so inspiring to hear how you just care so much about all of these amazing people and these industries. And you're out there actually finding and working to put solutions together. And not to mention to have a patented technology that could potentially help people with this amazing headgear, it's just mind blowing. Like, I'm just grateful to even know about this before the rest of the world sees it in action and all of the amazing things that it's going to do in the near
I'm
future.
super, super excited. Yeah, there's been amazing ring walks, but the ring walk competition, I'm excited to be able to create this and to make it better. And again, the fighters are gonna, be involved in hopefully different types of, um, different things to help build and rebuild their communities. So it's just gonna be exciting. I feel there's so many opportunities to give back to help with homelessness and cancer research and domestic violence and and mental health and
Yes.
so many things that we know can help make a huge difference and for all kinds of people, no matter what you look like, and to help everyone. So I'm super excited about it.
And I want to go
Very.
back to speak about royalty of the ring, right? So, in terms of, because you're seeing a lot of this with boxing and MMA and even professional wrestling with women, the females being ushered in, like, what is a way that you feel we can do a better job as the boxing community of actually ushering in this new female talent, the new ring cards, all of the above?
I feel that just providing them with more opportunities and putting more female fight cards together and putting more female fights on different cards can be important. Making sure we have the backstories and have them involved in their communities so people can see they're more than just fighters,
Yes.
right? They're doing things to build their communities. And I think that ring card the females being involved in the ring entrance competition, telling their backstory, seeing that they have community involvement, that can really help engage the audience and hopefully have more people wanting to see their boxing matches because they can support them and see what kind of um, different things, the causes that they're proactively fighting for. And so it gives them, the audience, a chance to really learn who they are. And I think that's going to really help, hopefully, get the people to want to really watch their fights. And then making sure, of course, that they're skillful, giving them the best trainers, the best help, to make sure that they're able to have more chances in the boxing space and bringing more awareness about it so we can be fair to not to everyone. Of course, the men, the women, and everyone. We want to be fair to everyone. And just even the ring card holders, you never really seen them have, their background as far as their stories told. So with this project, we're gonna do more things to have the fans. The fan interaction pieces. I love the fan interaction piece that the fans get to choose their dream matches. They get to hopefully have an opportunity to choose their dream matches, and hopefully have a chance to choose their favorite ring card holders, so that the ring card holders can share their stories as well. And so I think that'll be really phenomenal to have even the ring card holders, different types of genders, and just giving all people chances.
That's
They're
what it's
not just
about.
there to look
Equal
beautiful and
opportunity.
hard.
Yes, equal
Yeah.
opportunity. Miss Tracey, my last question for you today. What
Mhm.
advice? I'm eager to know what your reply is, but what advice do you have for those out there, those creatives, whether they're an actor, an actress, a musician, a a professional, a pursuing professional athlete? What advice do you have for them out there when the economical climate is consistently changing, not just in this country but globally? What advice do you have?
Mhm. I would say, me, I'm a praying woman. So keep praying, um, and stay positive. Even when people let you down, have forgiveness in your heart. You never know who you're gonna need. Don't stay stuck. Learn when to pivot. It's important to know to change when to know to change your strategy. It's okay to try and keep trying, but there comes times where you need to change your strategy. Don't stay stuck. Make the most out of what you have to get to where you want to be. And then you keep going. You keep showing up. You keep showing up and then you keep going and you never give up. And another thing you want to do, and we say this in boxing, protect yourself at all times in everything that you do and be good to people. Even when they're not nice, you want to be good because it's important that you maintain a happy disposition and that you do good in the world. Whatever that looks like, do good. Make sure that you do your part and be a team person. Work together as a team and stay humble and be grateful and surround yourself with great mentors. Because, and another thing, if you're not familiar with something, sometimes you have to step up. It may be a little uncomfortable, but sometimes you have to step up and take those chances. But be careful and have great work ethics and be professional and love everybody no matter what kind of person they look like, even if they don't look like you. Learn to just have a loving, giving heart and just stay positive. Even when things happen that you don't like, pray about it, but don't stay stuck in a situation. You have to move on, forgive. You should move on, forgive, and just stay kind and positive. That's what's kept me going because it's not easy. But if you just find something to be happy about and you just keep going, you step up, you show up, and you keep showing up.
Keep showing up. Miss Tracey Salton-Jones, thank you so much for joining us here today on air with Brandon J. We've got music after the break. Tracey, if someone wants to connect with you, where can they go?
All the social media updated and getting everything like the websites going. So for now, I guess they could just, be on the lookout for the press releases. And I have my and hopefully, if you go to royaltothering.com, it's the website's coming. So there'll be more information and there'll be more information on the acting show. And then we'll be showing content on the YouTube channel and social media eventually, hopefully having everything released this summer. And then we're going to keep going. Remember, I did it with my hard-earned savings and it will get better. So hopefully you guys can support, tune in, watch the show, and let's keep making opportunities for others, not just ourselves, but for others, and build communities. People have lost their homes in fires, different
Yeah,
disasters. Let's come together and give back and help one another in America and all over the world. Let's do it.
absolutely. Wow, Tracey, that is very inspiring. And I know that everybody, not just in LA, but other areas have been affected by natural disasters, whether it's a
Mm,
hurricane, an earthquake, a flood, a fire, whatever it might be, we have to do our part.
yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do. I'm
Miss
excited.
Tracey Salton-Jones, thank you so much. It has been great having you. I will see you very soon and stay tuned. We've got some great music here right after the break.
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.